Your words have so much power. You know, in the New Testament, right? When God was just telling Zechariah, the father of John the Baptist, that he would give birth to John the Baptist, he was doubting God. He was like, "Hey, I'm not. What do you mean? I'm old already? Like that's not gonna happen, you know?" And what did God do? He muted Zechariah so that he doesn't block his own blessing. That's why the words are so powerful, because you never know if what you're speaking is against what God's promise is for your life, right? Another thing is that because of God's sustaining grace, you know, sometimes like in the Bible it says that faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. You know, sometimes there's seasons where, honestly speaking, we're lacking faith. Like for me personally, I know for sure that 100% faith, like 90% faith, like it's so hard to be just so up there in faith, you know. But God literally says, if you have faith as small as the mustard seed, it can move so much mountains, right? It can do so much miracles things, you know. And that just shows that like when you trust in God, right? Like when you trust in God, even if you think it as a little bit, just as a tiny seed that you're trusting in God, God will do the rest by him sustaining you. And by, because what did God do in that scenario? Because of the lack of faith that Zechariah had, right? God sustained him by muting him, because he knew that if you continue speaking his words because of your doubt and because of your lack of faith, that the blessing could be blocked. So instead, I will mute you. It's better to be muted than for you to speak against what I have against you. Hey, and that just shows that even in the book of Abraham, right? Um, you know, in Romans chapter 5, it's just saying how Abraham was like, you know, so strong in his faith, and like that he believed in what God's promise was, you know. But when you read Abraham, it's like, dang, like he was kind of like having those times when he was like, God, at my old age, like, you know, when are you gonna actually do this for me, you know? And it's not that he had no faith, but his faith was lacking, right? But in the seasons of your faith lacking, that's why when you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, right, it's not just about like you accepting him and that's it. Like it's no longer I need more faith, I need more strength, I need more it's that God who lives in me help me, you know. So by the grace and the sustaining grace of God, he helps you. So the thing is now, are you trying to do it by your own strength or by the grace of God? You know, when you do it by your own strength, you will fall, you will fail, you know. You could be like Zechariah that was muted because of his lack of faith. But instead, do things by the grace of God and by the sustaining strength of God. Ask God, hey God, honestly, that's the best thing you can do. When you're going through something, the best thing is to acknowledge it and tell God about it so that you can change it up. If you try to hide your situation in a closet and keep hiding things in a closet, one day your closet will burst open because of how much things you're trying to hide.